Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Metaphor. We are, I guess, ready? Well, we're not quite ready to face whatever lies beyond that door. Dragon God, or whatever it ends up being. But I have finished my grinding. I could keep going, literally infinitely, but I decided to stop. I don't know, I think we were still level 43 when I last left off, which was enough, yeah, so 3 levels above was enough to, you know, kill many enemies in the field, but notably not those humans and well, anything that was level 41, but I basically confirmed at level 44 I was able to one-shot those as well, or, you know, kill them in the field, which helped. You can also see... And yeah, I kept going, basically. Not specifically for level 45, but I did refill everyone's mana to an extent. As you saw, I gave everyone like 120-ish. I don't know why I settled on that, but I figured that's probably a good enough number. And if it isn't, we also have, in addition to that, over 50 Magla pills. So more than we started out with, because, yeah, with the merchant class that you can see I'm still currently using, the drop rate was actually pretty decent for those moths. I ended up grinding in that part where you can just go up and down the stairs, and on the lower part, I'm not sure. On one of the floors there is a part with like 6 of those moths that will respawn instantly as soon as you switch floors, mixed in with some of those wasp enemies that dropped me, I don't even know, I must have probably close to 100, if not more, poison stingers. I guess they will be in here as well, won't they? They would be in here, right? Yeah, poison stingers, 84, yep. Because it felt like they dropped more commonly than the Magla pills did, but yeah, anyway. Obviously I was also not using those up, and I will never use those up, in fact. I also made an ungodly amount of money, as you can see here. I don't know where we started, like, I think we might have been just under or just about 300k, now we're way higher than that. And honestly, I almost wish I didn't grind as much money, because that obviously wasn't the focus, that's not why I was doing it. But I pretty much needed to use the merchant archetype just for the increased item drop rate, and it also resulted in getting over 7,000, or yeah, around 7,000 gold per clear just of those super easy enemies. Yeah, for a while then I also cleared the enemies closest to these stairs on the other floor, which were, you know, they didn't drop anything useful, but there were some higher level enemies in there. Once I could conveniently kill them in the field, and they were worth enough experience, specifically, well, I mean, enough experience to get us to level 45, but also enough archetype experience to level up a bunch of archetypes. So I switched some things around. I started giving Hulkenberg mage levels because, well, let's see here, because of course we will be able to unlock the 2 evolutions of the Night Tree eventually, and one of them requires level 10 wizard, of course. Yeah, in order to be a wizard, you have to be a rank 20 mage first, but she's very close to that. Might just give her, you know, 1 item to finish it off and unlock the wizard for her. But yeah, again, I could have kept going, but for now I haven't. For Stroll, he actually maxed out Commander, got started on General, because, again, General is needed for the Samurai, which, of course, I wouldn't mind him learning that as well. Even though, apparently, at max follower rank, you will also unlock some sort of special, unique archetype for each of your party members. So, I don't know, maybe I won't even have a need for the Samurai when there's a Stroll exclusive warrior type, which I can only assume that it's basically going to be a warrior type, right? Because it's that's his main archetype. Anyway, for protagonist, I kept working on a bunch of things. Of course, for the longest time, I actually had him in the merchant archetype, so not super helpful. But I also got him started on the warrior path, unlocked swordmaster, maxed out warrior, unlocked swordmaster, because I mean, it would make sense that I eventually settle for something for an archetype that actually uses all the strength I've been dumping into his stats. So yeah, not quite done with general, but we're getting there eventually. I mean, we'll need rank 8 with Barden anyway for the final rank in that line, so there's no real rush. For Heismay, yeah, I got him to the, to Master Brawler, started on Pugilist, just because it's a useful archetype to have available. We don't really have any other ways to deal a lot of strike damage. So having 2 people in the party who can use that somewhat effectively is pretty nice. Of course, we are ready to go for the final thief type archetype as soon as we get one more rank with him, so that's nice. Faker. I guess I never unlocked that? No, wait, I did? No, it's not unlocked.
I see.
Yeah, okay. Why does it say rank 1 out of 20? I guess it always says that even when something isn't studied. Makes sense. Anyway, yeah, I guess I haven't studied these because these are relatively expensive and not immediately useful. Anyway, so yeah, that's I guess what I've been doing for him. Of course, we're going to switch to something for the actual fight that's coming up, for something that I feel is actually going to be useful. Now, the problem is, of course, that I have no idea what that fight is going to be like. I can only make an educated guess, or, I mean, not really an educated guess, I can just make a guess. It's gonna be some sort of dragon, it might be fire-related, but of course dragons can be all kinds of elements, it might not even be a real dragon, so who knows. So I'm basically, the most efficient thing I can do is just, make some sort of guess, use a reasonably well-rounded party that can cover a bunch of different weaknesses, exploit a bunch of different weaknesses, and do a scouting run, and then reload, actually adjust my setup to whatever makes the most sense once I know what the dragon is weak to and what it's going to use against me and whatnot, and then do it again and try. Well, I mean, it's very unlikely to be perfectable, to be flawlessable, whatever. I mean, I guess the very first boss we ever fought actually was that, specifically gave us attacks that were completely dodgeable by reacting properly and exploiting its weakness. But I don't think any boss after that seemed even remotely possible without a heavy amount of grinding and, over-leveling, perhaps. So, yeah, I'm generally not expecting to get that flawless bonus on boss fights. So just making it through would be enough. And we can probably just do that, considering we're a couple of levels higher than we're expected to be at this point for sure. And, we have a bunch of archetypes available and whatnot. So I don't doubt that we'll be able to win, even with a, with a reasonably strong party. But we'll see. I mean, it's very possible that I'm going to choose poorly and we will end up, things might go south quickly, and then in that case I might as well just allow myself to be killed and start over slightly better prepared. But we'll deal with that when it comes to it. I doubt that fire is gonna work. Almost anything is possible, but if I have to make a guess based on what I know, which is not much, my best guess is that fire is probably not going to be his weakness. You know, ice might be, if it's a traditional fire-based dragon. If it's dark, I guess light might work, in fact. It might even be a flying creature that's weak to wind. Like, I don't know, flying creatures, weak to wind. Could be electricity, could be anything. Maybe it's piercing damage, who knows. In fact, well, I think we're as well prepared here with Assassin as we can be. That's obviously a very powerful class. I haven't looked at Juna because, well, literally the only archetype she has mastered, or she has ever used up until recently, is... No, not the Faker. That's what she's currently using. Whoops. No, the Mass Dancer, of course. We finally maxed this one out. It took forever. This is apparently considered, even though it's a tier 1 archetype, I guess. The first one in its line of heritage. It took an insane amount of experience to get to master rank, but we eventually did it. I don't even know what kind of stat she got in the end. Fake. Oh, you know what? I didn't even look at this. But apparently Faker rank 10 is required for the next one in this line. I honestly just started training her, you know, I switched her to Faker and gave her some levels in that. Just because I figured, you know, I don't really know what else to do with her, and no one has any levels in Faker yet. So I just do that. But it turns out that was actually the correct thing to do, interestingly. So we only got to rank 10. Yeah, she only maxed out her Dancer towards the end of my grinding session. Which, by the way, took maybe like, I don't know, maybe an hour or so. I actually watched some YouTube video on this side, and, you know, it was extremely mindless and effortless and fun, even. And I could have kept going forever. I just decided to stop eventually because it seemed, you know, it was already getting a bit ridiculous, and, you know, I obviously have way more resources than I could possibly ever need. But, you know, sometimes it's fine to... It's fun to feel very powerful and go a bit above and beyond. Anyway, Faker, yeah, I haven't really unlocked anything useful here. I mean, it might even be useful to have a character with these kinds of support skills in a boss fight. Obviously. I am a bit afraid of this Faker's roguery, to be honest. I don't even know if this deals damage. I'm tempted by it, but it also costs 67 MP, which is insane. Chance of inflicting forget on one enemy, turn icons added or removed at random. I mean, yeah, if you like gambling, great, but I don't get why it has to be this expensive. That suggests that it is overall considered a really powerful move. So does it actually also deal damage? But it doesn't mention the damage. If it's just a chance to inflict forget, which, if it works, I guess is a powerful thing, preventing enemies from using abilities, sure. But especially in a boss fight, I don't expect that to work. If it was at least guaranteed on anything that's not immune to it, that would be nice, especially for that cost. But then, turn icons added or removed at random, I mean, great, thanks. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I guess I should probably just actually give it a shot at one point, instead of just speculating. But I don't know if now is the right time. In fact, I'm gonna put her back in Mass Dancer. And, yeah, I'll probably just go with that. I can, of course, change her mask. As it is, she has, of course, her fire skills. Oh, and she doesn't have access to Blizz, right? That's a thing. Well, she could, though, right? That's only rank 10, rank 2, so I can easily enough do that. Let's set up Hulkenberg first. I mean, we could make her a Magic Knight. What kinds of synergies do we have? Seeker. I could make Atanto his default Seeker or Magic Seeker. Archetype. Lineage, not heritage, that's the word I was looking for earlier, I suppose. Anyway, Magic Knight's Hammer. I mean, that's definitely an option. Extreme damage. Brawler, Merchant, or Summoner. Right, so this is only available right now. Heavy Pierce damage. I mean, I could absolutely see Pierce damage possibly being effective against a dragon. You know, it's kind of a classic, using spears or, you know, lances to fight dragons. Kind of a classic motif. So maybe they could be going for something like that. But of course this one only works because we currently have the Merchant. Summoner we don't have at all. Brawler we could have, but I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe I'll just go for this one. The extra weakness to electric, of course, is also nice, because we can just keep chaining this basically every round for, you know, a nice weakness hit and very heavy damage if the enemy is not actually resistant to it. Yeah, I mean, why not? Plus, having you know, a nice and defensive character in the party is obviously useful, so yeah, let's switch to that. We have the Lightning Glaive as well. I guess I'm gonna stick with that. Okay, she already has Blizz. Let's go with... Yeah, I mean, she has lightning in her weapon element. I guess I'm gonna just stick with that. And then everything else is just anyone's guess. Piercing attacks she has available by default, of course. The lightning she has as her synthesis skill. So we'll just go with what seems the most likely. I doubt the dragon is going to be weak to dark, but if it is, we have Heismay. I mean, I'm probably not going to use you, but if I do, maybe Swordmaster, just strong physical attacker. It's maxed out as well. Sure. Or would it be useful to actually have him to swap in, buff everyone else, swap back out? I mean, it's kind of what... This is probably what you want to use the commander or general archetypes for, right? I mean, I don't know. I suppose you can have them in the party, just as is. Because I do have attacks. What would we want, though? Move all allies to the front, increase attack. I mean, honestly, it's not terrible, but of course, yeah, we would want a commander permanently in the party, as opposed to just to swap them in, because we would want to keep buffing repeatedly. Just increase everyone's attack. Icy Strike. I mean, honestly, no, we're gonna leave him as Swordmaster in case I feel like using that. Sleep Shot. I mean, it's probably not even gonna be used. Well, we could always actually use the General. And inherit... Well, we have Ice Attack, have an Ice Attack like that. We have Megiddo, which I never actually used, but Medium Magic Almighty Damage. It's not terrible, potentially. We can... maybe unlock something here. We have Matarukaja, which is all attack increase, and we could unlock additionally Marakukaja for all defense. We could even have... oh, by 2 ranks, wait. Right, we could even have both Shelter Formation and Formation of Vigor to massively boost both attack and protection. You know what? Right. Sure, it's expensive, but it makes sense to unlock both of those things, to have them on whatever archetype in this lineage that you end up using. Like, eventually I guess we're going to be using... if we're going to be using one of these, we're going to be using the final one once we unlock it, and then we're probably going to give that one both the proclamation of... I keep forgetting what it's called, whatever. Shelter formation, actually, and formation of vigor, right? Both the formations, in addition to whatever formation this one might have. Unless this one already comes with a formation that boosts everything. That would be pretty good, of course. Anyway, it's all speculation, of course, once we know more. Until we know more. Hama, sure, why not? We could go for gold attack, maybe. Nah. I mean, the high crit rate is interesting, but it's not really so high that you can depend upon reliably critting, you know, just for getting those extra actions. And the damage is definitely not as amazing as it once was. Yeah, I think we'll just go with that. So we have him set up, her set up, I suppose, him, and for Juna, I mean, yeah. Oh right, I wanted to give her Blizz instead. We could of course also give her a different mask. Oh wait, she doesn't have the mask currently equipped because she was in a different class. So that's unfortunate that it doesn't automatically re-equip those for her. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that one, I suppose. Kasuku Kaja, hit rate and evasion, I mean, sure, yeah, endurance and agility, all stats, and this one doesn't really matter, I guess. Unless we want to attack normally and hope to charm the dragon, that's definitely not gonna work. So don't bother. That's just the strongest katana that we have. Normal attacks become fire. Almighty Affinity, wait a second. Oh, did I realize this? I don't know that I did. It's obviously weaker, but I kind of like it. The thing is, Almighty is never going to hit a weakness. I guess the only reason to use this would be if an enemy is just immune to physical attacks normally, and you just want to use normal attacks that will always... you know, always damage the enemy, but yeah, they will not hit a weakness. So maybe we just go with the highest damage. Plant-type monsters. Dragon's probably not a plant. I think we can pretty safely assume that. I don't know, I like the idea of a weapon that just deals almighty damage. It's too bad that it's a bit weaker, so... I don't know. I guess we go for max damage, because we're mostly just going to be using skills anyway. Right. Increase evasion against wind. The dragon might be using wind, but we don't know that. I'll just go with the agility buff again. I guess. I mean, this is definitely not going to help. Unless the dragon ends up using sleep, but we don't know that. Strength and magic. I mean, does the assassin actually benefit from having strength? For physical attacks, I suppose, that would still be the case. It's specifically the dark attacks that, instead of using magic, I suppose they use agility for damage. At least that's my understanding. Matador shoes, I mean, they're still decent. Increase evasion against Pierce. Who knows? Dragon might be using Pierce, for all I know. Strength was 6. It doesn't say here, but I swear somewhere it said that... Ooh, what is this even? Deals weak physical damage to one enemy 1 to 3 times, absorbs MP. Oh, right. May one-hit kill. I mean, that's not going to work, but I honestly forgot that we had this. I never actually used this. I might, though. Evasion against electric. Again, dragon might be using electric. Maybe. Well, Well, here it says agility has a higher increases the steal success rate, but I swear somewhere it said that it also affected, you know, I guess the assassin-specific attacks, the dark attacks. I don't know. Even if it doesn't, I guess agility is still useful. Physical dark damage. I mean, they're also still physical, even though they deal dark elemental damage. So maybe the strength is actually helping there with the damage. Right, we gave her a thing. Lightning Glaive, sure. Endurance plus 5. Extra HP, seems good. Endurance and agility. Agility increase defense at start. I mean, yeah. That's just really good. All stats 5. Yes. Kusanagi. Again, against plant-type enemies. I don't know that that's gonna help here, but it is the highest damage. This is not purified, it's just high defense. I guess we can give you that for even better defense. If no one else is using it. This is not useful. The game's just auto-equipping that because of the high defense. Not because it's actually very useful. I mean, if anything, this is better. At 1 point less defense. Or we could just go for the Berserk for 4 strength and auto attack buff. I like that a lot more. Stats plus 4 is nice, of course. Flora Semaphore is probably fine. We're not going to fight an Insectoid, but this hardly matters. Well, actually, you should probably just go for this. For the magic boost and... I mean, we could boost everyone's hit rate and evasion, or we can start out with increased defense. Yeah, I think we're gonna just go with that. Again, this one's not purified. Oh, we could give you this. It's not a huge difference. Obviously, having this purified and getting whatever extra benefits it might provide would be better, but... we don't really have anything with similar defense that also provides some kind of bonus, so we just go with this. Wait, I mean, we could go with this. In fact, wait, did I just give that? Yeah. To our warrior? No. Let's not do that, especially if we're likely not even using him in active combat. Oh yeah, we just switched. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Use that. Maybe the evasion against wind is going to help. Luck plus 5. Well, I did equip that mostly for farming purposes, because I don't know if luck has anything to do with that, or if that's only for combat. Yeah, we can definitely give you this. Strength and magic. Right? Or is there anything that makes more sense? Sure, I think that makes sense. And then, of course, we have this one. More stats and protection from various things. Well, I guess we don't need the paralysis prevention because that's redundant. Oh well. I think we're good. 28 minutes in. Holy crap. How did I spend so much time just talking and thinking about party composition? I'm sorry.
So.
Yes, we're gonna save here. And
let's go.
Finally find out how wrong I was with everything, with all of my assumptions. I think we're good, right? It's just one final time. Does he need to be in the front row? I suppose. She wants to be in the front row. He wants to be in the front row. She wants to be in the back row. Yeah. Sure.
Ready?
Strong aura. The dragon is probably gonna be pretty formidable. Ready as we will ever be? Well, that's not necessarily true. Ready as we can be for now. Yes, the Dragon God Ed awaits us. Dragon God at Shinjuku.com. Oh. No? I can see it moving, so there is some sort of dragon coming up. Very intimidating. I wish I could look around, look up, but I suppose there's not really a whole lot to see here. We're not out in the open sea among the skyscraper ruins that we could see from outside, or from, outside the windows. But of course, underneath all of that is something that looks very much like the temple on the surface.
No! It can't be!
Oh, hell! There was a dragon after all!
Yeah, but is something riding it? Or is it actually a human? Does the dragon have arms, human-like arms growing out of its neck? It's probably something sitting on its neck, maybe controlling it or something.
I thought this thing needed a priestess to summon it.
Well, that's what the priestess told us.
Is that the lance?
It is. Sure looks like the one in those murals.
We are in no condition to claim it. Fire and flame! Has even the dragon god succumbed to melancholia?
Fire and flame?
No. I think this is something worse. Look! On its back!
Yeah, it seems to have some sort of parasite there. A six-armed...
Something clings to
human, I guess?
A human? Is that the fiend behind this chaos?
That's the worst double act I've ever seen. Look at its eyes. Its mouth, like it's shielding itself, or... like it refuses to confront anything, or almost like...
Almost like the masks the Mustari use? Is it trying to tell you something?
Yufa, get back! We've got bigger problems than the ritual! This thing wants to eat us! You would fight our god!
What can we do but defend ourselves?
Yufa!
I mean, at the very least, it's not just a dragon god, right? It's, whatever that creature on its back is obviously not supposed to be there. So, we should fight that thing, if nothing else. If not the dragon god itself. Of course, we won't have a choice but to actually also fight it.
I'm... Look out!
Yeah, now is not the time for an existential crisis. Or maybe now's the best time for that. It's fine. Hardly any damage. Uh-oh. Oh, well, that's convenient.
Yufa!
Is this actually the time where she awakens to her archetype?
What can I do?
It certainly seems like it.
You would have me abandon this end. You would send me away to live my life. But how? How can I? This is all I have. Please. You can't take my purpose away from me.
I mean, if the dragon
I
hadn't...
must apologize.
If the dragon hadn't inexplicably stopped attacking,
I
she
was wrong
would
to assume.
die.
I was quick
She would
to
have died.
judge. But your rights are not acts of barbarism. Yours is a proud heart. But still, see the truth. Is this your god? A god who demands martyrs, who desires tragedy. Is that truly a god worthy of your devotion and faith?
Why, yes, that's how gods work.
Arise now, priestess! Have you come here only to be saved? Or will you find purpose beyond death, to stand and fight as a savior?
Will you awaken to the summoner archetype? Finally.
I want to!
O Lodestar, ye torn maiden of faith, O thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path.
I love that island. I love the smell of its verdant flora. But what I love more than anything is its people. Their words may be coarse, but their hearts are true. I must save them. Please!
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities become thy light. O Lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path, awaken.
If I cannot save them in death, then I swear I'll protect them with my life! All of you! Let me fight by your side!
Sure. I mean, this is a bit awkward, though. I mean, okay. It's gonna make me choose now. Fair enough. What is she? Archetype. Summoner. Okay, yeah, makes sense. I mean, I hadn't actually thought about that at all beforehand, but, you know, when I started thinking about it just now, it clicked. Because, I mean, mostly because she's supposed to, according to her own, to what she told us, the priestess is supposed to summon forth the dragon, right? And then it all made sense. Summon Eagle Lion. Deals heavy magic wind damage to all enemies. Lowers attack for 3 turns. Nice. Summon Noctiluca. Cures 1 ally status ailments and grants 10% HP recovery for the next 3 turns. So a total of 30% HP recovered. I mean, that's not bad. That's not amazing, I guess. It's not an emergency heal, but it's fine. Summon Lizard Man. Combined with Knight or Commander. Yeah, I mean, that's she doesn't really have a whole lot she can do right now. The fact that she comes with a wind attack makes me wonder if that's actually the boss's weakness. And if so, we have a couple of ways to hit that. So there's that at least. She is level 41. Okay, so not too far behind the rest of the party, but as expected, she is now the lowest level party member. Right, magic by far the highest stat. Everything else looks pretty normal. I can only assume that she's required to be in the party. Yeah. I mean, who do I need the least? I guess... I mean, she does have Cyclone. If that's the weakness, that would be nice to have. We can always switch out people, of course. But maybe for now I'm gonna leave Juna out. We probably want her to be in the back row. She definitely doesn't seem to be like a front row fighter. I mean, we definitely want our good old Heismay, even though he might not actually be able to hit any weaknesses. But I want to be able to steal and, you know, decrease enemy hit and evasion. I mean, that's just going to be very useful in any situation. We might not technically need Hulkenberg, but that being said, will we still be able to use this? No, actually. But we will be able to use this instead with the summoner. I mean, obviously... Oh yeah, obviously the protagonist needs to be in the party as well. So... Valkenberg or Juna? Hard to say. What does she synergize with? Hellfire Dance. One-time weakness to fire. Oh, okay. Wait, but that's... Okay, this would be with the summoner. So she could do that and then actually use her Crimson Flame, I suppose. Or, okay, we would have both of these, both the fire and darkness one, but not this one. This one does not work with the summoner for some reason. Okay, whatever. I don't know. I think I want to go with Hulkenberg. Yeah, sure. I guess? We're good, right? Yeah, party is full. Venture forth? Sure. Let's see how this goes.
Yuba! You can bite?
Big surprise.
Power!
I found my answer. I offer my life in battle, not in sacrifice.
There you go. That's the spirit.
Then we fight as a team.
That thing on its back! That's the human possessing it, right?
Yes, it must be. If we strike at the human precisely, we may be able to separate them.
Right. So of course the dragons... Well, we'll see if we can actually fight them
you need
both.
not hold back. We fight to save the dragon god Et, and I shall fight with all I am.
Right. Interesting. I didn't press any button. They just put me in her skill selection automatically. That's certainly an interesting choice. Yeah, no, we don't need that. But I guess it's nice to have an option to heal. Her spells are expensive though. Holy crap. Heavy wind damage to all enemies. Okay, we can target them separately. Of course, we don't know anything about them. There's nothing to steal, actually. There is from the dragon, interestingly. Malvirta Draco 8. Malvirta. So, non-virtuous dragon. Homo Margo. Not sure what Margo would mean. Most, if not all, enemy names are actually also in Esperanto. In case I wasn't clear, or in case I never acknowledged that. Yeah. Not sure exactly what Virta means. I can only assume that it has something to do with virtue. So, yeah, I don't know. Non-virtuous, as in evil dragon. Whatever. Let's just go with Summon Eagle Lion, I guess, and see how that works. It does attack them both. I mean, you'd think that just defeating the human would be enough to win here. If, you know, if we just knock that one out by itself. Maybe the dragon has so much HP that it's basically unkillable anyway. Guess we'll see. Okay, and wind is indeed the human's weakness, so that's good to know. Oh right, I gave him a psych. I mean, I guess we might as well start with that then. Get another weakness hit here. Can we not? No. Heavy almighty damage to all enemies. Healing shelter formation. Right, increase attack, defense, and hit and evasion for all allies. I mean, that's nice, but of course it's not gonna give us any extra actions. I might still want to do it. What buffs do we start with? Only defense, right. Ah, and he doesn't have any wind available. Well, maybe in that case we just do buff everyone? Like this? Sure. Get more weaknesses. We also obviously want to steal from the dragon if possible. We can do this again. Lowers their attack again. It's another weakness. Sure would be nice if we could actually steal. Please? Dragon's Breath Stone. Okay, I don't know if that's particularly good. It doesn't reveal that it's the red treasure, but I mean, that's how that works, right? And you get to do something again. Max out everyone's attack? We're gonna take damage either way, but for now we're still okay. Somehow... Oh, did I just forget to heal Hulkenberg after equipping the armor that increases her HP by 30%, and that's why she's not full? I think so. Because we certainly haven't been attacked yet. Okay, I mean that's a pretty good first round. We debuffed the boss attack twice. Oh. And it removed those effects, and it hit a weakness. But I guess it also missed someone? Oh yeah, I guess it must have... It missed Heisme, so... It lost its turn there. Good. We can just start with another one of these. Just a round of hitting wind weakness, I guess. The boss... The dragon is taking damage, but obviously the human is taking more, because we're focusing on it. What do you have here? Summon Lizard Man. Oh, right. I mean, we could do that and then do the... Lightning Hammer? Wait, can we still do that? I forget. No, we can't right now. There was defense for 3 turns. I mean, honestly? Let's hope it's not resistant to lightning. That would suck. Hello, Lizardman. Please do something. Okay, okay. Defense has been debuffed. Whoops, not what I meant to do. Well, you're in the front row now. Yeah, you want to be though. That's fine, of course. We can start with the Cyclo again. Enemy is already at half health. Oh, that wasn't great damage though. What? It didn't remove our buffs. They're still fully buffed. That was surprisingly bad damage. But I suppose Heisme doesn't have any magic. So that makes sense. Let's do Megiddo, I guess. I've never actually used it. Let's see how what kind of damage we're dealing with here. Or do we want to synthesize? If only there was a way to know whose turn is going to come up. Is it going to be Hulkenberg? Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? I guess it doesn't really matter. Medium magical, mighty damage. Medium physical ice damage. Let's just do this. 400 damage. It's okay. Could she have done? No, okay. So she does not have the lightning available right now. We could have this, which would apply a weakness to Pierce, but let's actually hit that weakness again. And that allows us to do another one of these for pretty nice heavy damage and debuffing them again. Maybe prompting him to use one of his turns to just remove debuffs again. Oh, that was nice damage because we are fully buffed right now. And the defense was reduced. Oh, he absorbed health from the dragon. That sucks. Nice miss. Ice May, the goat. Okay, at this point the dragon is a bit... He's getting a bit low here, but... Yeah, if the human can just do that again, that would suck. Is anything about to run out? Yes, everything actually. So... Could do another one of these. That would be most of his mana. But still maybe worth it. I mean, honestly, we haven't really taken much damage yet. Maybe I should just... keep everyone's attack power buffed so we can deal as much damage as possible and hopefully finish off the human before it ends up killing the dragon. Could try for this one. How do I debuff its defense again? Alright, let's try this one. I should... Oh, it resists that. That sucks. Okay. But, that being said, it is now weak to piercing. So if we can do it again... it'll actually be a lot better. It's kind of mean that the game gives me this... You know, gives me this particular skill to use, which is damaging the poor dragon. I mean, if the human is just gonna continue absorbing health from the dragon whenever it's below half health or so, then we're just screwed, I suppose. There's nothing we can do. Sure, let's see how that works. It blocks dark. Yikes. Okay. Okay, well, it didn't heal this time around. Yep, Okay, we're still fully buffed on attack power. I wasn't sure if just applying more attack buff or, you know, more of any kind of buff would just keep it active at its current level, but apparently so. So if I had actually buffed everything with that synthesis move, we would have... we would now be at rank 3 for everything, which would be nice, of course, but... Yeah, let's see what we can do here. Healing Shelter. All allies recover HP. I mean... We could use that right now. But for 3 turns, though? Is the fight even gonna last for that long? Oh, you can also... Am I dumb? I guess I wasn't really paying attention to the element of his attack. We can't just hit the weakness with a physical attack here. I mean... No, wait, that's piercing! I'm so dumb. That was really stupid. Well, I mean, we hit the weakness, but of course, that was not the plan. Now it's back to resisting piercing. It's fine, I guess. Not really. We can keep doing that. Oh, right, cannot use synthesis. That's not what I meant to use anyway, so that works out. Sure, we'll just use this again. It's not going to kill the dragon. It's going to deal nice heavy damage to the human. And hit the weakness. Right, we do know now that you block dark, which of course sucks for Heismay. Anxiety's out of control. Oh. Well, that didn't do anything. Cool. You can synthesize potentially heavy magic almighty damage. I mean, we don't really want to hit all enemies unless we have to. Do we want to do this? It's going to take up 2 of our actions. I'm just afraid of the human killing off the dragon. But would it actually do that? Would it deal so much damage to it as to outright kill it? I don't know. You know what? Let's not do this. What do we know about its ice resistance? Nothing. I mean, it blocks dark, so I mean, it's unlikely to be weak to light, though. But maybe? It's not. Well, it could have been. It might actually be low enough to be killed now by another Summon Eagle Lion, and the dragon probably shouldn't die? Wait, did we kill it? I think we did. And the dragon did survive.
Take down the body.
I mean, obviously part of me wonders what would have happened if we had actually killed the dragon. I mean, surely it might just be a game over, honestly, if, you know, the dragon is really a good guy and just currently being mind controlled by this thing, by this human parasite. And in which case, surely the story wouldn't just continue with the dragon dead. Anyway, it didn't happen, so I guess that's the ideal outcome. We didn't take down the body. Wait. Oh, wait, we need to finish off the dragon. Oh. Well, that's... okay, sure. It's a bit awkward, but... anxiety's out of control. Why do you use that attack twice in a row? That's kind of annoying. It's possessing the... possessing... what? The human possessing the dragon god is suffering. Okay. So it's basically just giving me a couple of free turns to finish off the dragon. I see. Well, that's less exciting, I guess, but sure, I get it. Okay, ice. It's not a weakness. But, I mean, we're just gonna kill the dragon. Is the dragon actually weak to piercing? Yes. No, actually, that was just a crit. Okay. Oh, that's some good XP right there. Priestess Heart. That's what we got. Another Dragon's Breath. Talisman of the Avatar.
Good.
Again.
Just done.
Okay. Yeah, most of the Archetype experience, of course, is going to waste. But not all of it. 3 levels up, level ups out of it. Yufa's almost to level 42 as well. Good stuff. Thanks for that, I guess.
It feels good to get stronger.
I shall strive to use this power wisely.
Meh, not the greatest stat increases there.
I've grown more powerful.
More agility for him. Okay, so is the dragon actually dead? Is it just gonna be reabsorbed into Dracodios, perhaps? I suppose so.
The dragon god Et has returned to its sacred vessel. Legend has it that while in its vessel, that's when the dragon god's power is greatest, and weakest when it takes to raging wing. So if it has a true form, you see it now before you. And here is our village's divine relic, Dracodios, Lance of the Dragon God.
'Twas rusty and worn, but now it almost gleams.
Yeah, it looks nicer than before, that's for
So
sure.
dragons aren't just magical beasts. They're a manifestation of pure magla. My sister's research. She was right.
You all had the right of it.
I'm glad you see that now.
All these tragic calamities, they are not born of the dragon god's wrath.
And maybe they arose from the temple's melancholia. Perhaps that human was the source.
'Tis not the first time. Thinking back on it now, a human has always been at the heart.
Yeah.
You think
We keep
humans
running
are what's
into those.
causing all of this?
No, I don't think that's quite it. Something about that monster. The way it instinctively tried to shield its eyes and ears. It was as if we faced the living past of the Mustari people itself. The Mustari reject the world beyond ours, lost and comforted by ignorance. And in adversity, it is our God we cling to as cause and answer to our suffering. Maybe we have only ourselves to blame. A self-inflicted madness. Our hearts are the source of Magla, of magic arts. Even this new power, this archetype that has awakened within me.
Oh, has the dragon recovered?
Another. I did not know this one existed.
What? What just happened? Okay,
If this
achievement,
mural had been
history
lost until
untold.
now, then... This paints quite a different picture of the priestess. She looks to be fighting.
Fighting, yes, riding the dragon. Fighting alongside the Mustari, potentially? It looks like helmeted people, masked people. Fighting against some kind of kraken. Many-armed monstrosity with ram horns. As well as other varieties of monsters. I mean, that many-armed beast might... I mean, it's not unlike the sea monster, honestly. Well, I mean, that one was octopus-like, but I don't think that it had a head like this one. So maybe that just represents some sort of human. So the priestess and Mustari used to fight the humans. Alongside the dragon. Who knows? Yeah, she looks to be fighting for sure.
You suppose this is the truth of the priestess's duty? I mean, offering her life to quell the calamity threatening the village. Maybe that's what it meant all along.
Whoa, she was never actually supposed to just literally sacrifice herself, but to risk her life fighting for her people?
It had always seemed odd that the dragon god dwelled within a lance, of all things. Not a sealed urn, but a weapon.
Yeah.
My brother often wondered about it.
Right, I mean, if it's a weapon, obviously it was made to be used at some point.
We were wrong. No, we did not even think to question.
You would have died in the name of an error of semantics. The world has not been kind to you, girl.
No. On the contrary, I feel I've been saved. I finally see my path laid before me. So thank you. Let us return now to the village. You said you had business with the lance when all this had settled down, did you not?
Yes, but I doubt you'll want to let go of it after all that. We have to figure that out.
I mean, we can present it and then refuse to actually hand it over, or hand it over and just steal it back afterwards. We'll figure something out.
I cannot simply relinquish it, but perhaps instead...
What was that?
Good question.
Surely not. The human from the altar? How has it not perished?
Right, I mean, that's a very good question. And how did it end up jumping into the water?
I heard it enter the water. This channel leads straight to the ocean. If it seeks prey to regain its strength.
Then it can only be headed for the village.
I mean, not necessarily, but it is definitely a possibility.
Beast! So much for taking it slow on the way back. After it!
Okay, are we actually gonna have to fight it again? I kind of doubt it, but... Okay, well, we have obtained Dracodios, among other things. Was able to subdue the raging dragon god in the depths of the temple alongside the priestess Yufa, but the human attached to it escaped. We give chase. Eliminate Virga Island's threat. The weakened human likely headed to Virga Island to recover its strength. It would be a catastrophe to the village if it attacks. I need to hurry back to stop it. No deadline. I mean, as quickly as possible, I guess. Oh, what? Wait. Did it actually, like... It wasn't that big. How did it create that scar in the ground there? Assuming that was it. Also, how quick is it?
A monster in our village!
I hear screaming. It's gotta be here.
Oh, right. You guys were still here. I kind of forgot about you. I mean, honestly, I've spent so much time in the temple that I kind of forgot everything else, everything that happened before.
You lot came back! We honestly... Ha! Looks like the little lady made it out, eh?
Of course! But more importantly...
Right. We've got a human on the hunt. Del's helping the villagers get to higher ground.
Okay. So he's up and about again, huh?
I'd not have expected it of him.
That's Fidelio through and through, isn't it?
I am Euphausia, the priestess. Thank you for helping with the evacuation. Hereon we shall...
Oh, priestess! It's the priestess!
Lady Yufa, please save us. What don't you lot get about evacuate? You want to live? Do as you're told.
Priestess, what happened to the ritual? What of the dragon god's wrath?
Did you even perform the rite? Oh, this is a disaster. How can we survive now?
You guys are incredible.
The dragon god Et is here as our guardian deity.
Don't worry, you'll get your ritual. The real one, that is. The ritual that's been buried for hundreds of years.
As the priestess, on my life, I will drive back this calamity.
Hold on now. You're not actually gonna fight, are you?
Basilio, where's the monster?
So be it.
We end this here.
Maybe we are gonna fight it again. I hope we get a free heal in between, or else things would be a bit awkward. There it is. Has it actually grown? It kind of looks bigger than last time.
We can do this!
Oh, okay. We just fight it again. Assemble your party. Yes. I mean... Okay, we did get a free heal, actually. So that's very nice. And we know... Well, we assume that the thing is still weak to wind. It's too bad that while it allows me to... you know, select my party members, it does not actually allow me to reassign skills or anything. Wait. No, that's just that. And we cannot inherit skills from this menu at all. So, yeah. Swap skills? No, you can swap them around. I never actually did that. Okay, never mind. Also, archetype explanation. The Origins Summoner archetype, Origin Summoner. By using items called vessels, it can summon monsters to perform a variety of roles from damage to healing. Vessels can be created by selecting special experiments. Oh, okay, so there's a second use for that mechanic, besides just masks for the dancer. Alright. Vessels can be created by selecting special experiments in academia after acquiring the requisite materials from stalls or enemy drops. Right, because I guess we have been getting masks just outright. Or specific mask components to craft masks from. But we've also been getting other, like, bones, monster components. And I guess those are going to be used for crafting the vessels to call upon the abilities of various creatures. Right. Even though we... Oh, Summon Dragon God. Interesting. That's just one of many synthesis skills now. Interesting. Summon Guptaro's King. Required Priestess Heart. Oh, we did get that. I see. Okay. So just having the item unlocks it, but we still have to have the proper lineage. I mean, Eagle Lion King with Seeker, Mage, or Healer. Extreme magic wind damage. Significantly decrease their attack for 3 turns. I mean, I do like that. We would have to have the Seeker in the party. Or a mage, but we don't really have a very good mage. So... Can we actually... No, we cannot even switch the archetype from this menu. So, yeah. There's not really a whole lot we can do here. Unless I'm dumb and... not seeing something obvious? No, I don't think so. Anyway, so, yeah, we won't be able to use that. Oh well, but we will be using her again. Right, she's required to be in the party, makes sense. And we could put Juna in the party just for fun. I mean, Heismei again. And maybe Juna this time. Sure. Can she use wind? She can, yes. Okay, that's convenient enough. And she'll be able to use... we can summon the Dragon God. Just because we can, I guess. Sure. Venture forth.
It is time I put the truth to our teachings and rituals. I stand anew. I stand with you.
That rhymed. Okay, I mean, it does have a new drop. But let's start by confirming it's no longer weak to wind. Okay, maybe it's now weak to fire? Doesn't have any different parts to target or anything. Okay, you know what? Let's just experiment a little. See what we can find out. Hellfire Dance. I mean, you can just use fire like that. It's not weak to fire. Right, we could summon Dragon God. Or Lizard Man. I mean, we know that this is not going to be a weakness, so that's unfortunate. What's your attack like? Hey. Reversal Prayer. Changed something about Homo Margo. Removed all buff effects. Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't buff. Let's try that. I mean, it might have just... it blocks light. Cool. Wonderful. It might just... have switched its resistances around. Wait, yeah, it actually reset its resistances, because we don't know anything about even the ones that we already tried. So that's cool. How do you deal with that? We only know that right now it's blocking light, so it might be weak to dark, but can't really do much about that. It might now be weak to fire. I mean, it's not, but it was okay damage. Is it only... No. There it goes, attacking. Interesting that it is using ice in this... in its current form. But it's not weak to fire. It blocks wind. Screw you, man.
Struggling with her anxiety.
Screw human.
Don't let her get attacked.
How about electricity? Nope, blocks that as well. What the heck? And now it swaps everything. Okay, wait. It is fiery now. So the color is meaningful in some way. Of course, I didn't know that after it cast it for the first time, but now it's different. But what does it mean? Okay, previously it blocked... God. Different things. Oh no. Let's try dark. I mean... Nope, just straight up blocks that. What? Is it indicating what I should be using, or is it actually... Is it now weak to ice because it's fiery? No, at least it can be hurt by it. Okay, And yes, I'm just experimenting here. No, okay, it does block that. Right. I mean, we'll start over. This is definitely an interesting one. How about... before it activated its ability. It is still susceptible, and we did debuff its hit chance. I mean, it's just gonna remove any... no, it's gonna remove buffs on us. I don't know if it's gonna remove debuffs on itself. Is that something it also did? I don't know. I mean, that's... right, we always have some almighty attacks available, so that's something. But yeah, buffing the party is not going to be useful, unfortunately. And I could do it right now to deal just a bit more damage. Didn't freeze it, of course, because that's just not ever going to happen. Maybe the best we can hope to do here is just try to deal as much damage as we possibly can. It might just not have any weakness. Always attack. Right. I mean, might as well. Reversal prayer. Is it going to be the same, or is it random? It does look to be the same. Remove buff effects. Okay, so it hasn't actually damaged us yet. And it has taken some amount of damage, but... even though it is now in its ice form, I guess, because it is going to use an ice attack, it's still not weak to anything obvious, so that's unfortunate. At least we know that fire is going to be effective. And that's something, at least. I don't know that we've really tried any physical attacks. It's definitely gonna block Blizz, and I'm pretty sure I tried Hama in this first phase last time, which was also blocked. It might just be blocking everything but fire. It's just rough that it's not even weak to it. God Killer, extreme physical dark damage. Did it also... did it block dark? I think it might have. Removes buff effects. I mean... let's see how extreme that is, and if it even is susceptible to physical attacks. Oh no, it blocks that! And that just takes away our turn entirely. Holy crap, that's awful. Yep, there goes the blizzard, and it targeted the one party member who's actually weak to ice? On purpose? Twice in a row? Right, it didn't change its resistance at all. Works. Her normal attack is... alright, we know that it blocks slashing. I mean, I can only assume that it blocks other types of physical attacks as well in that case. Try to make it burn? It's not burning. Yeah. That's just not gonna work. And we don't have... that's unfortunate, no. Removes buff effects. Alright. Interesting that that has the same side effect of removing buffs as the Phantom Tracer. But, of course, unlike that one, this would not have been blocked. Yeah, so I guess we never saw... I mean, I very much doubt that the buff removal effect affects something like its, you know, its current elemental affinity shift or whatever. That is a special effect, of course. That's not the same as regular buffs. Sure, it would be nice if we could strip it of that and make it vulnerable to everything again. I mean, I think I want to start over, right? I also need to look for an opportunity to actually steal from it, ideally. I mean, I could just open with that, I suppose, if we're not hitting any weaknesses anyway. No, but we definitely want to debuff it. As much as possible. If we could actually cause it to miss its attacks. In fact, if we could... Are there more... Increase defense. Are there more ways that we have to debuff the enemy right now? Well, yes. Specifically with this. Ideally, we would get another... We would give Heismay another attack. But let's do this. Ah, it passes on to her. Right. Well, I mean, we can at least lower the enemy's attack. It really would be nice if we could debuff its agility fully to maybe cause it to miss some attacks. First it's going to do that. Is it going to be ice again? Yes. Okay, so that seems to be scripted. Removes our non-existent buffs. Well, too bad. Oh, and now we still know its resistances. Oh, I guess we do remember its resistances for each phase. Oh, I didn't realize that. So I could have just checked instead of trying to remember. Okay. So I never tried Dark, but I mean, if it's resistant to electric, wind, and light... Okay, Margot's golden arrow. Stolen. Apparently that's just for money, but, you know, I'll take it. I mean, we can't just do this again. But it's gonna... I mean, it's gonna be effective at least. I would really like to use the Dragon God, though. So... maybe you just cast Megiddo, which should work at least to deal damage. You pass your turn, and you summon the Dragon God. I mean, it seems like the right thing to do as well, right? For justice. Sure would be nice if this had some sort of special effect on the human. Well, I mean, 1,000 damage is pretty good. Debuff effects removed. I see. So it does do that. That is unfortunate. It did not shift... Okay. So I thought it was guaranteed to shift to a different element every other turn, but apparently not. Okay. I mean, we stole from it. We almost certainly cannot debuff it. I would really like to. Keep forgetting. How do you see its current debuffs? Oh, it's not debuffed. Else you would just see them. Okay, right. Yeah, I'm just, you know, don't mind me. So we would have to use fire. We have to use fire if you want to deal any damage to it. Or Almighty. Which you can't do. I mean, I don't know for a fact that it's not susceptible to Dark. it seems, I don't know, it seems extreme to me that it would literally resist or literally block everything but one element that it can be damaged by. That's really rough. I mean, even if you know beforehand, you can only give everyone in your party so many, or rather, specifically if you don't know beforehand, right? If you go in blind, like you always will on your first attempt. And we did not get a chance to save the game either, so if I wanted to actually just start over with the knowledge that I have now, I would have to reload from... I would first have to just kill the game, or allow myself to be killed, so I can reload my save file from before the fight, and then start the whole thing over. The previous fight, all the cutscenes, and this fight. So yeah, that would be extremely awkward. So, obviously, the intended experience is that you go in blind, you try to have a well-rounded party as much as possible, so you have ideally every damage type available, but if you do that, you will only have like 1 or 2 instances of each across the entire party, right? So that is not a whole lot of opportunity to get any damage in if you literally can only use a single element for several turns in a row. So maybe it actually is just... maybe each of its various elemental affinities only gives it, like, you know, resistance to, or blocking to half of the elements, and is vulnerable to the rest of them, and I just got super unlucky by hitting all 4, or maybe 4 out of its 5 current resistances. All that is just to say that it might still be susceptible to dark, and I'm gonna risk it. It's probably gonna be blocked and take 2 of my actions away, and I'm gonna be sad, but... Yep, at least now I know, more or less. Whose turn is it gonna be? It's gonna be Juna. Yeah. I mean... Sure. Do that? Is it gonna strip that away? We'll see, I guess. We'll find out. It is now weak to fire, but it casts Reversal Prayer, so that probably resets it. So that was almost certainly just a complete waste. Okay. Because now... Yeah, it actually blocks fire. Right. Well, you know, it's what it is. And we don't really have very many options for ice damage at all. Including none for UFO, which is very awkward. So what do we do with that? I suppose we can switch around for someone else. Ice Wolf offensive. Which we cannot use. That would be nice right about now. Seeker, Mage, or Healer. Unfortunately, we have no such options. Yeah, so if we wanted to swap out, and I keep forgetting that you can swap out anyone, not just the person whose turn it currently is, but she's not useful right now, unfortunately. You have no... You have ice available, so you can at least deal damage, even if it's not amazing. And you also have ice available, but it's not going to do much. So either way, it's not great. But I guess we swap out for Hulkenberg, so we can at least cast Blizz. You can cast Blizz, for what it's worth. Ouch. I guess you can cast Megiddo to get some damage dealt. And... right. Distracting hand. Caused... what is that? I don't know. Anxiety? This fight kind of sucks, to be honest. Not a fan. Curse chat. If only that kind of thing ever worked. Debuffs are so underwhelming, as they usually are. I don't know. I suppose there are some games where debuffs are the absolute way to go. And super powerful. Even against bosses sometimes, but it's very rare. Usually they just exist, and I never use them because they're never useful. Anyway, I guess we just deal whatever damage we can.
Hulkenberg's fighting her anxieties. Keep the enemies off her.
Anxiety's out of control. Oh, thanks for using Megiddo. That's what I would have used anyway. She's the only one who can actually control herself right now, which is great. That's not gonna do anything. We could at least heal... wait. Heisme, yes, of course. That's something. She will probably not be able to control herself, yep. So... okay. Repel physical attacks, that's not gonna do anything. Cool. And we get wind. So presumably weak to lightning. I don't know that we can do anything with that. Okay.
Hulkenberg's fighting her anxieties.
Debuff's running out. The enemy is weak, but yeah, again, we cannot really do much. We officially don't know anything about its weaknesses. Okay, let's quickly check everybody. No lightning for you. No synthesis. I mean, you have Magic Knight's Hammer. Synthesis with Dancer, right. So we currently have that available. Except that she's still debuffed. So, instead of swapping anything out, we can actually just cure her. And make it so that she can actually use her synthesis attack. We just have to ensure that she can actually do that. I mean, you can just cast Megiddo again, and then... wait, and you want to pass your turn, and you can use this. Oof. Hopefully I'm right. Yeah, okay, it does work, and I mean, the boss is basically dead. We just need to deal any damage, so the weakness is not actually going to help. Wow, okay. Did it actually crit someone, or why did it get an extra action there? I don't know. It doesn't really matter, it's basically dead now. We did successfully steal, right? Was it on this attempt? Yeah, it's only the second attempt, I think. It's been going on for a while, so... you know. And we know that it's currently weak to electricity, so... I mean... uh-oh, wait, no, I think we're good. Alvokanto is debuffed, but it shouldn't matter. I hope you can still just pass your turn. Please don't do something... okay. Just don't do something I'm gonna regret. Okay, synthesize, and it's now weak to this, so it's definitely gonna kill. It would have killed even without the weakness. There we go. Jesus.
This is for the future of the Mastari!
Okay, I mean, so we won, and, you know, it's not like we were at any danger of actually, at any risk of actually, you know, not defeating the boss. But it just felt so... It always feels bad when, you know, things don't just click into place, right? I mean, at its best, this type of combat system, this type of, yeah, typical Shin Megami Tensei Persona combat system can feel so satisfying when you just repeatedly exploit enemy weaknesses and dodge their attacks and, you know, get all kinds of bonus turns and take the enemy turns away and debuff them heavily and buff your party to the fullest extent and just destroy them, and everything just works, you know, perfectly. All the pieces just fit together. But so many of these fights, with some of them, I can see, you know, hints of that, and sometimes things work out nicely and line up nicely. But for many of them, they just don't really. And, you know, when you get a boss like this that seemingly has no exploitable weakness whatsoever, you know, taking that element away entirely is really rough. And especially when if it's true that it literally can only be hurt by one single element in, you know, during each of its phases. And if you just happen to have none of that available, you're just out of luck. You know, too bad you didn't just know beforehand and prepared accordingly, and now you're just gonna either die or sit through several turns of literally not being able to do anything. It's just, you know, it feels weird. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Either way. I mean, the double fight against it and the Dragon God, perfectly fine. Actually, that was fun, you know, with... I guess ultimately there wasn't a balance to, you know, try and kill the human without killing the dragon. Presumably killing the dragon first would have worked as well. Maybe it would have been stunned either way, no matter which one of the two you defeated first. Or maybe the human could have enraged or something, so maybe it was a good thing we knocked it out first after all. But yeah, it was not a challenge to try and defeat only the human without the dragon, but, you know, it was still a fun fight, you know, with plenty of exploitable weaknesses and, you know, things we could do. This second one here felt like, you know, it was just kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't a very good fight somehow. Not satisfying. Just not satisfying. And again, this combat system can be so satisfying when it really works well. But again, maybe there's something I could have done differently that I just didn't see. Anyway, enough of that. It's time to finally finish this thing off. Right, Talisman of the Night, another nice chunk of everything. Okay. Very good. Actually, Heismay got 2 level ups out of this whole thing, huh? One from the first and a second level from this fight. That's pretty crazy. Yufa also immediately up 1 level. And we even get a level for the protagonist. 4 Heroes Leaves of Light. I mean, I suppose that's decent from all the master ranks that we already have. Luck goes up, I like that. We have 3 points to spend, right, I suppose. If I had really thought about that, I could have spent some more points before the fights. Not that it matters. I mean, I could get to 40 strength. Let's be reasonable and actually go for a more balanced build.
Excellent! I've grown more powerful.
Nice, more agility increases for you. Keep them coming. No magic for her, which is fine. Agility helps, of course.
Than I was.
Okay. And this is going to be another very long episode. You know, after we defeated...
That's the end of that.
After we defeated the first boss fight, in a relatively timely fashion, even, you know, despite my half-hour ramble or, you know, setup phase at the start of this episode, I was kind of hopeful that this might actually end up not being a super long one, because I was kind of hoping to make it not super long, and yes, I know I'm sitting here rambling again. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see how long these subsequent cutscenes are going to take us. Sometime longer, I imagine. That's the end of that.
Everyone, once again, thank you so much.
What a spectacle! To think I could have evacuated and missed the performance.
Yufa, that power.
It must be the same power wielded by priestesses of old. My rescuers helped me realize that.
You mean to say sacrifice was never the intent of the ritual?
I mean, probably not. Either way, this works just as well, doesn't it? In fact, it works way better.
The priestess offers her life in service, not sacrifice. She takes up arms and faces the scourge. That is why our relic is a lance.
A mural on the altar suggested as much. It's likely the murals of this village don't actually depict sacrifice either.
You saw what was inside the temple? What was it? Something the church would rather keep buried? Some other mystical relic?
A relic? Hardly. We saw a ruined city of the old world. Evidence of a history before our own.
Yeah, by the way, there's like a gigantic, absolutely enormous, like we're talking kilometers wide, you know, dozens of kilometers wide cavity underneath the earth, underneath the land that we're currently standing on. Just like a gigantic hollow that should, by all, you know, according to all reason, to physics, should just collapse in on itself. But yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, just a ruined city of the old world. I mean, that description hardly does justice to what we've actually seen on there. And I wonder if that's really ever going to be addressed, that, you know, the absolute scale of that and the implications. We'll see.
Small wonder the clergy can't send their monks. Anyone who saw that would have their faith shaken. It's all but physical proof that the Sanctus Scriptures are fiction.
You don't say.
However, we of the islands have done no better in upholding the truth of our past. With all my heart, I wanted to save our village. But all I did was sit and hope.
Lady Yufa.
I clung to my determination with such fervor. Perhaps without my noticing, it became a desire for atonement. The day you left, Adeni, even the night Father and Mother left this world, I could do naught but sit and wait and hope. I believed it was my role as priestess. If I had done anything at all to change it, perhaps we would not have faced such horrors.
You can do your changing now. After all, you're still alive, you've got years ahead of you, and you've got friends and family close. You needn't bear this alone.
We support her. Without the rite of sacrifice. Was that also depicted in the temple? Is that really the truth of the teachings?
Is that so difficult to understand? What matters the murals or the truth of the teachings? Do you believe the priestess fought out of tradition alone? She fought because she wanted to protect us. This village. She fought for you and I. Our lives and joys. Is that not enough reason to support her?
Also, why is it the innkeeper saying that? It seems like Adeni should be saying these words. That would make so much more sense. As, you know, Yufa's brother and the chieftain. Like, I mean, the innkeep helped us out, I guess, but he seems like such a random person to be so central to this scene.
You made good on your promise to save my sister. Words cannot express my thanks, but there is something that must finally be said. Yufa, I'm glad you chose life.
Huh? SMH?
I think I understand now. It's not slaying monsters that gets rid of the melancholia. I think it goes away when we help people overcome their fear and anxiety.
What? Oh, hey, you guys.
I have to say, for the moment there, it looked like we'd have more dead than alive. But now they've got the lance, priestess, and the whole sodden village in their corner.
It's only relevant as far as it matters for Luis's sake, Baz. Remember, we're doing this for a world where your blood don't matter. Long as you can fend for yourself.
Right, almost as if you didn't actually need to support Luis, but anyone who fights for those same ideals and isn't also, you know, a completely ruthless bastard. Like us? Are you finally gonna come around to see that? We'll see.
Suppose, but what about them that can't fend for themselves? Like them village folk you helped save. Reminds me of that Glodell business too. They're tough enough that they don't need dirty tricks. If you challenged them, and they won fair and square.
Pack it in, Basilio. Our war may be quieter, but we're still fighting. Hesitate out there and you're dead.
Tell.
Yeah, just give him some time. The human that escaped to Virga Island was successfully defeated. In a single stroke, I saved the Priestess Yuva and obtained Dracodios, the Divine Relic. Well, it took several strikes, but we did it eventually. Record the events thus far. Yes, please. I'm glad you asked. Save complete. And it probably gave me that option because now there's going to be another string of cutscenes happening.
Everyone's after.
So maybe I should just...
Suppose you could chuck it our way, young miss.
Yeah. So maybe I should just stop it right here because I can't just reload that save file we just created and continue from there. And this episode has definitely gone on for long enough. That is for damn sure. I was aiming for more something like maybe an hour long. I was hoping that, you know, we just do the boss fight and then have plenty of time for any cutscenes and, you know, finish the episode comfortably within that time. But yeah, well, the best laid plans of men and mice. Is it mice and men? Anyway, yeah, I'll just end it here. We'll continue this story. I mean, technically we should still have like 15 days to spend. I mean, we are going to have 15 days to spend around the village and the islands, and there are obviously all the side dungeons that I chose not to tackle ahead of time. So, you know, plenty of things to do, surely. So I don't know why the game specifically gave me the chance to save there, when it seems like we're probably about to regain control somewhat shortly. But maybe not, who knows. I'm not going to take that risk, and we're just going to wrap it up here. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.